Hello, hello. Hi, hi. Sorry, sorry, a bit late today. I might have. Okay, I know I said stream for 6:45 for me, but I don't know. I took one look at the time and was like, oopsie. But anyways, we're here. I'm not that late. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's okay. Hi Bella, hi LP. Can you let me know if the sound's going all right? Hold on. I'm actually sweating now. What the heck? You can sound me? You can hear me? That's great. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. I just woke up from a nap. So that's my excuse, okay? The fact that everything's going a little wonky is because I just woke up from a nap. And I'll be honest, I think this nap kind of made up for my lack of sleep this entire week. It's kind of insane. Like, I had like I had a half an hour nap, but I felt like I slept for 2 hours. It felt amazing. Hi Gina, hi Siree, how are you? I think I did. Yeah, it was like one of those naps that had like no dreaming, nothing. It was just like void. I was just sleeping. It was great. Yes, I'll make sure to get more sleep. Yes, yes. Those naps pretty yes. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah. So today my day was actually pretty chill today. I have no complaints about today. I had work and then I took a nap and now I'm streaming. Yay! 10 minutes feel like yes. I was actually worried because when I took a nap I was like, oh, but I have stream. What if I don't wake up and like, you know, like what if I just don't sleep enough? And then I actually went to sleep and I was like, oh my gosh, that actually felt really good. So I'm hoping that this will kind of fix my sleep schedule, hopefully. So we are on the DLC Road to Rome. So everything from today's stream is going to be like Rome based. Is this supposed to be a cat, a fox, or a wolf? I can't tell. I really can't tell. But yeah, let me know what's new with you guys. A skeleton. Da, da, da. Here's a question. Have any of you guys used like a printing calculator before? It's a calculator that comes with paper, and every calculation you do, it kind of prints out. Where's the skeleton? What the heck? How am I missing an entire skeleton? One more week of school. Yay! Oh my gosh. Any plans for the summer? Oh, here's the skeleton. 3 days. Woo! You've seen one, not used one? Okay, so I have to use one for work. And those things, these printing calculators, they're really freaking loud. Like, I've never used one until like I started working. And my gosh, like when you're not printing, it's actually pretty quiet. Like there's no sound. But when you start printing, this thing It's really, really loud. One of my coworkers kind of equated it to sounding like kind of like a car engine. Here, actually, I have it next to me. Hold up, give me one moment. Let me grab it. All right, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but ew. Yes. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it is very loud, and it is very embarrassing when I'm sitting in an office setting and everyone's quietly working on the computer, and I have to whip out this giant like computerized printing calculator thing, and everyone's just working quietly, and I just start doing my calculations right then and there. I'm like, wow, I would hate me if I wasn't me. You going to SeaWorld? You know what? I kind of agree with you. Like, I hate all the stories of, you know, them being inhumane and stuff like that. But being able to see the animals would be really, really cool. I've been to an aquarium like maybe twice in my life. They didn't have any of like the really big creatures though. I think they only had I think the biggest thing they had was like sharks. Still really cool. First on top, I won. Flowers. Sign in the house is yours. Best chef. I thought this was a magnifying glass. Antler buddies. Feathers, mushrooms. This one. And the three of you. Okay. Yeah, they're also pretty bulky. It took me a really long time to find one that wasn't bulky because I needed it for the job. So luckily my manager just said to find one and she'll approve of the cost for me. So I got to choose which one I wanted, and I got to choose a nice, like it's still big, but at least it's like smaller than the really bulky ones. They use starvation to get. Oh. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of forgot that SeaWorld was a thing, because I remember years ago they under a lot of fire online. I mean, even now they're probably still on like under fire, but I feel like a few years ago they were like really, really under fire. For I don't remember what it was. It was definitely something to do with the mistreatment of their creatures. But after all that, I think it kind of died down a little, so it kind of went out of my mind. I didn't realize they were still, you know, in business. Right? The killer whale, what was his name? The killer whale, the orca, it killed like 3 people, right? It killed 3 people, and everyone was like blaming the orca, like, oh my god, look at how aggressive it is. It's like, guys, do you not see what conditions you're keeping this poor thing? Oh, right here. And then first on top. There. Yes, Tillicum. Tillicum. Yeah, they were saying how Tillicum was all aggressive and everything, and blah blah blah. It was the trainer, so they were blaming everything except for the conditions they were keeping Tillicum in, which is stupid. There's basically something always going on with the workers and animals, right? Tomcat. Yes, didn't he like... I remember seeing a post recently about how many kids Tilikum had. He was the orca that they managed to breed the most, right? Did they have peacocks in Rome? Why is there a peacock here? No, they definitely had peacocks in Rome because Juno's sacred animal was the peacock. Yes. But yeah, I went to... So when I was a kid, I went to an aquarium. I have photos of myself at the aquarium. It was quite fun. But of course, at the time, I didn't really... You know, you're kids. You're just there for a good time. The thing I remember the most about that aquarium trip was, you know those pressed pennies? I remember my mom let me get a couple of those pressed pennies. It was really cool. And then... what else? And then I think a few years ago, I went to... I took a trip and we ended up visiting the Ripley's. The Ripley's... No, Ripley's had an aquarium. I didn't know Ripley's had an aquarium, but they have one, and that was the one we went to. It's been a while. Yeah. Well, either way, since you already have plans, I hope you have fun, Bella. I've never been to a zoo before. Or a safari. I think a safari would be really cool. Have you guys ever seen those videos of people driving down safaris and the animals would just like stick their giant heads into the car and then they would freak out? Like, why are you guys freaking out? Isn't this the whole, like... Isn't the whole point of a safari to get up and personal with these animals without touching them? It happened to you with an emu? An emu. Okay, emus are scary. I've seen videos of like... Was it an emu or was it an ostrich that was really, really aggressive? Yes, as long as they're not harassing animals or anything. You know, keep your distance. It wouldn't leave you alone and your sister kept trying to open the window again. You know, that's very brave of your sister. I've seen peacocks before. I've never been to a zoo, but I've been to farms. Farms are... Okay, farms do stink, but they're also very fun. Okay, what is this? Well, the general is not here. I'll be ashamed to waste this. There we go. Must have been a pretty exotic farm. I didn't think so. I didn't think it was a pretty exotic farm. I mean, it had all like the standard, you know, chickens, ducks, horses, cows and stuff. I think the only thing that was like unique was the peacocks. It took me too long to figure out that peacocks are male and peahens are the female, and peacocks are the fancy ones. Smanchy, smanchy. Fish. Oh my gosh, look, he wants to join in. It's just a little brown cat wanting to join in with whatever this animal is. It's cute. There we go. Hi, Say. Hi, hi. Really? Farms? I didn't know that. I know that like berry farms and stuff usually specialize in like one, like very limited berries. Actually, I didn't know that until very recently. So I guess it makes sense that farms would specialize in an animal as well. To be fair, I think the farm I went to was more of like an attraction than it was for like actual. Well, I'm sure they made product and produce and stuff like that as well, but the farm I went to was more of an attraction. And the reason why I know that is because they had a gift shop. Yeah, so they had a gift. Oh, look. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at this. There's a burnt chicken up here. Everything's on fire. We're talking about, yeah, we're just talking about like animals, like sea animals, farms, SeaWorld, the mistreatment of animals, visiting these type of attractions. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was more like a petting zoo, but they called themselves a farm. And of course I don't remember ever getting to touch an animal at that farm. But then again, I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I tended to usually be at the back of line for everything. So even if other people were maybe like being able to touch the animals and stuff, I kind of didn't. Or I never had a chance to because they would move on before I would have a chance to. So maybe they were able to touch it, but I just don't remember being able to touch the animals at the farm. It felt more like a guided tour, to be honest. Cherry. Favorite axe. Builder, but you're an artist. The target is finally here, but you dropped your knife. And did I leave the campfire on? Campfire would be here. There we go. Arson, yes. Oh, speaking of, that's a really bad segue. Speaking of arson, no, I was working on a project at work, and this project is supposed to make one of our processes more efficient for one of our staff members, because right now she's doing everything manually on paper, and she has to track it on multiple different pieces of paper. So we decided to move everything digitally, and I was in charge of helping migrate all the data online. And we were finally done it, and the manager finally sent out the email to both me, because I was working on it, and to my coworker, going like, "Hey, everything's done. You can start working on this now, and you can." And then he made the joke of, "And you can burn all those pieces of paper that you were using." And I was so close. I was so close to sending a meme of everything on fire, saying that was what the office was gonna look like next working day. But I was like, you know what? No, my manager's on this email thread. I can't. What do? Your doggo keeps licking you? Drop everything and lick it back. Dogs lick when things... Really? I didn't know that. What? What? I mean, show your doggo that you love it back and lick him. Give him a good ma'am right on the cheek. I think I've actually seen videos of people like doing the same thing their pet does to them back at their pet, and their pet usually looks really surprised because they weren't expecting it. What the heck is that? He stopped. He's sleepy again. Ah, what a good doggo. What a good doggo. Yesterday a dog was chasing you and you're so sad. Exactly. Same thing, right? Just do the same thing right back at ya. I was always safe with my cousin around dogs because you know the whole thing about dogs smelling fear? Yeah, my cousin was terrified of dogs. So if a dog comes barreling towards us, I knew exactly which one of us the dog would choose, and it wasn't going to be me. I'm so sorry, cousin. Fight fire with fire. Exactly. If you can't beat it, join it. Where the heck is this axe? The heck? I've been searching everywhere, but I can't find my favorite axe. Well, neither can I. Guys, we need a mom in here. Like, we need... If anyone here is a mother, please tell me where this axe is, because I keep clicking this one, but it's not the right one. We need the powers of a mother. And then they have to slap me over the head and call me blind. You're on a motorcycle. Oh, right. How's your trip going, LP? Did you do anything fun? Or what, has it just been relaxing? Sacrifice. Yeah, I think I've told this story before, but you know what? You guys can listen to it again. When we were in elementary school, my cousin is terrified of dogs. She is so scared of them. But yeah, we were in elementary school. Our classroom was on the ground floor. It was close to summer, so it was hot. So the teacher had one of the doors open so we can, you know, get some air. I think we were doing something that didn't require us just sitting at our desk. It was either like art or like playtime, something like that. But we were all out of our seat. We were working on something. And okay, I think the refresh will work now. I think the refresh will work. Let me know when you guys are back, because I think I am. We're back. Woohoo! Okay, nice. Yeah, so the dog just pulls up and starts running around the classroom. And there's a lot of screaming going on. I don't think everyone was screaming. I think most of it was screaming in joy because, you know, a lot of kids like dogs. And I wasn't scared of dogs, but at the same time, this dog was big and I was just a child. So I just climbed on top of the table and huddled there until, you know, the teacher's aide was able to grab a hold of it and usher it out. But my poor cousin was frozen solid. I think she started crying. If I remember correctly, it was a giant, like, black dog. And then there's another time where I was going to tutor. Again, I was with my cousin and we went separately. Whenever we go to like tutor, I think usually we go together, but this time we went separately. I don't remember why, but I was already in the classroom wondering where my cousin was because class was about to start, and we hear a commotion. Everyone's crowding around the window. I think we're on the 3rd floor. We're crowded around the window, and we look outside, and I just see my cousin barreling down the sidewalk with a dog chasing after her, and I was like, oh my god. I couldn't do anything except for just go like, oh my gosh, and watch her run down the sidewalk with this dog chasing after her. And then she turned the corner and I couldn't see her anymore. But poor thing. Where is this axe? I must ask you where this axe is. Oh, that sounds scary, but it was very comical for me. Luckily, well, actually, I don't even know if this is luckily because she was with another student, and so they were both barreling down the street. But obviously, my cousin was the center of the focus for me because I knew she was terrified of dogs. But yeah, she was probably traumatized that day. Yeah, I think as we grew older, I think she's kind of like grown out of her fear of dogs a little. So she doesn't scream or run away anymore, but she'll freeze up if a dog gets close to her, which is, I guess it's fair. Yeah. Shocked Pikachu when accident by a cut down. Right? Listen, look at this hint. I've been searching everywhere, but I can't find my favorite axe. Yeah, well, dude, neither can I. Biva. Sometimes I still have like that fear of do you guys ever like ask for help? And then of course it's the moment you ask for help that everything that you manage to find the thing, or you manage to solve the problem, or the problem resolves itself, or whatever. It's especially the case when I tell my mom. I think this is the case with a lot of people where we tell our moms like, Mom, I can't find my bag. And moms will usually go, well, have you checked over there? It's like, yeah, I did. It's not there. And then they walk over and they find it immediately. I think I still have trauma from that because even now, before I ask for help for anything, I triple check that I've done something and I've looked there. Sometimes I'll even take a video. It's like, I swear it's not there. Oh, guys, it's right here. Like, I think I mentioned this, but last time, my dad told me to make rice in our rice cooker. And, you know, making rice is pretty standard. I'm Chinese. I can make rice. My parents say I make the rice the best. Like, I know how to make rice. Guys, I know how to make rice. But anyways, he leaves the house and I walk over to the rice cooker. I wash the rice. I put it in into the rice cooker, and then I press the button and nothing happens. And I'm like, okay, so I think this light usually turns on when I press the button. I don't know. Usually I do everything. Once you do something enough, you start like not realizing some of the things. So I'm like, wait, is this light supposed to turn on when I press this rice cooker button? And it wasn't on. So I pressed it the button a couple more times, and it's not happening. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's not supposed to turn on. Maybe this light isn't supposed to turn on. But before I ask, maybe I'll take a video of me pressing the button and nothing will work before I ask. So I literally have a video on my phone of me showing myself pressing this button, the start button on the rice cooker, to make sure that I did press the button and nothing's happening. And then I send that video to my dad like, hey, so nothing's happening? And then my dad, he was driving, but he immediately pulls over and he calls me immediately and goes, I'm coming home. And I'm like, oh my God. If he comes home right now and presses the button and it works, he's gonna kill me. But I have this video. Just in case. Gotta cover my own mind. So my dad comes home and I'm standing there by the rice cooker praying that when he pushes the button, this rice cooker better not turn on. Like, do I want the rice cooker to be working because we don't want to buy a new one? Yes. But at the same time, do I want it to be working because then my dad will look at me all disappointedly and like probably scold me and call me an idiot? But anyways, he presses the button and it doesn't work. And the sigh of relief I had, guys. My dad started laughing when I let out that sigh of relief. Oh gosh. The force of habit. Yes. Forget the details that we normally do. Exactly. Like, you do something so many times that you don't realize that certain things happen because of it until it goes wrong. Oh no, her last potion. Ironic for a luck potion. Luck potion. Luck potion. Where would luck potion be? What the heck? Rolled off the table. Oh, rolled off the ledge right here. There we go. I hope Caesar wins. I bet my entire soldier's pay on him. Wait, I don't remember the lore of Julius Caesar. All I remember is him getting stabbed like 30 something times. But wasn't he an army general? I think there was a whole thing of him being an army general. And he won a bunch, right? He was like very famous for something. But then he also had enemies. And that was why he was stabbed like 30 something times. That's like most of... Okay, I couldn't remember if he was like a good guy, a bad guy. Like, I don't remember why people were stabbing him. Really? The month of July is named after him? Yeah, Julius Caesar. I didn't know that. It's crazy to me that July is named after Julius Caesar, but Caesar salad isn't. Him and his brother Augustus. Really? Wait, that's kind of cool. Which is why they have 31 days. Suppose it. Wasn't Caesar stabbed 32 times? I thought he was stabbed like 32 times. And like something like the last time that he was stabbed was by his friend Brutus? Brute? Which is why I think he was famously known to have said like A2 Brute or something like that. Yeah, A2 Brute. Oh, they want it to be special. Oh my gosh, then February must be either super special or super cringe. Okay, who's out here betting on Caesar? What the heck? Where's your money? You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Yes. Except, did he die a hero? I don't remember. Wasn't there a rumor? Hey, there's Caesar right here. I think. When I see the laurel, I think Caesar, so. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, wasn't there a rumor that Julius Caesar and Cleopatra were lovers or something? I think I remember something like that. That those two were romantically linked. But I can't tell if that was like just something that I read online and wasn't substantiated. I kind of doubt that it's substantiated. Because I think they had a child? What? No. Hold up. Cleopatra. What? Caesar put what? He put Cleopatra on the throne? Whoa. I thought who was her? Yeah, I thought the only thing I could think of was like Mark Anthony. Or Antony, sorry, Antony. Mark Antony was a Roman general under Julius Caesar. Whoa. What is this love? What is this? Oh. Very super cringe. I don't know, they're either super cringe or super pick-me. Well, I guess pick-me's are cringe, so sure, February is very cringe. Right? Caesar salad with grilled chicken, very good. I'm a very basic girly, so give me just like lettuce, Caesar's dressing, some croutons, and some grilled chicken. I'm a happy gal. He took power to restore... Oh! Mark Antony swooped in after Caesar died. And then was he overthrown by... wait, who was he overthrown by? Mark Antony... Oh, the triumvirate. Okay. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Antony joined forces with Lepidus, another one of Caesar's generals, and Octavian, Caesar's great nephew and adopted son, forming the triumvirate, blah, blah, blah. And then civil war between Antony and Octavian was averted in 40 BC when Antony married Octavian's sister Octavia. Despite this marriage, Antony carried on a love affair with Cleopatra, who bore him 3 children, further straining Antony's relations with Octavian. Scandalous. Lepidus was expelled from the association, and then disagreements between Antony and Octavian caused a split between the remaining two, erupted in civil war, where Octavian declared war on Cleopatra and proclaimed Antony a traitor. And then Octavian defeated Antony, and Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, where they committed suicide. Oh my gosh. He was right after. You couldn't write this any better. Okay, in school, I hated history. I hated history in school because it was mostly about the dates, right? Like the war of whatever. And then on what day was D-Day? On what day was this day? On what day was this revolution? And what led up to... And I just couldn't spare the energy to remember all these dates. So history was my least favorite subject. But then as I got older, when you just think about history as like stories, it's really interesting. Yeah, I just need someone to like break it down for me, like a drama, like the whole Cleopatra, Antony, and Caesar thing. See, I would happily read that. He had 5 spouses? Antony, dang. Claudia, Antonia, Fulvia, Octavia the Younger. Wow, those were the days when you were named after your parents, but your parents would just name you like Octavia 1 and Octavia 2 and Octavia 3. See, Mark Antony's full name, Marcus Antonius, and his father was Marcus Antonius Creticus Julia. Oh wait, no, it's just Marcus Antonius Creticus, and his mother was Julia. Those were the days where you would be like, hey, I need to talk to Mark. Which one? We have about like 70 just in our family alone. Hi, Stong. Seriously, where is this salary? What the heck? So to be fair, I think I enjoy reading like the history of like other countries more than I like reading the history of my own countries, or like countries that I'm too closely connected with. I don't know. Well, actually, no. Some of the history, arc history, is really interesting. Really messed up, but really interesting. Let's see what even was high school history. I remember we played Catan a lot. I still don't know how to play Catan, but we played Catan a lot. I agree with you, Siri. I'm right there with you. History is very important. I just the fact that there was so much on like dates and stuff and having to remember the specific dates, I was just not about that life. History can make you mad and sad 100%. Okay, I feel like this money bag has to be either here or here, or you know, like here, because this is like a soldier's pay, and a soldier will have to be either in one of these tents or right over here. So they focus too much on the right. It's yeah, it's the events. What happened? How can we avoid it in the future? What was the saying? The what is it? If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. What was the saying? It was something like that. These can help with the timeline. Yes. It's crazy how like sometimes I'll be looking at something that happened in history and I'm like, oh wow, this took 10 years to culminate into this full battle, versus some other ones where it's like, oh wow, it took 2 days for this to culminate into an entire war. That's insane. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Yeah, that one. I was pretty close. I got the general gist of it. I love that this guy's staff is just a pig. Okay, I'm gonna look at these guys one by one. See if they have their money bag on them. I think I was gonna say something and then I completely forgot. But you know what? We'll revisit. Oh, right there. Next level, vineyard. Ooh. Vineyards are so pretty, guys. Have you guys ever been to like a winery or like a vineyard or something? They're very pretty. Trophy for best wine. Keep running. A tourist attraction or the real thing. Mom and dad want to visit. Fine, but I prefer purchasing birds. Near the stables. Okay. You drove past. I don't know if I actually went past many, but I visited one once. I actually went on a wine tour. Yeah, there's not much to do, but the scenery is really nice. The one that I went to was, I think it overlooked like the ocean, I think. Well, it overlooked a body of water anyway. So it was very nice. What the heck is this thing? Is this a dinosaur? Is that a peacock? Is that a peahen? I don't know. There we go. Hi, Onyx! Yesterday there was a blackout. Oh dear. Well, do you have power now? Like, I'm assuming everything is fine because you're on the internet. The most devastating thing for me growing up was realizing that the internet relies on power, and a power outage means no internet, and I was like, no. Full food from the workers. Take notes. Trophy for best wine right there. Scared him because of all and caused all this mess. Keep running. Tourist attraction are a real thing. We're too rich, right? I'll be honest. When I went to that winery for that wine tour, I nearly threw up because I hate the taste of wine. I can't. Wine just doesn't taste good to me. Like, obviously they were giving us like a little tiny, like itty bitty little like taster cups of wine to taste all their wine. I had like 3 little itty bitty things, and then I physically couldn't do anymore. If I had drank one more sip, I would have thrown up right then and there. So I just kept handing mine over to my cousin to drink. I was like, here, you can have mine. Oh, here, you can have this one too. And here, you can have this one too. So yeah, she kind of saved my bacon, and then of course I had to ask her if she had some gum because I didn't have gum. I just needed the taste of the wine out of my mouth. Ugh. Scared him. Scared a mess. A mess would be over right here. Ah, there you go. Oh, cool tidbit, Onyx. Fancy moon buddy. Oh, I didn't feel very fancy after drinking that wine. What was it? You know, during the, what was it? I think, was it the Prohibition? Where wine wasn't allowed? Was it wine? Well, I know alcohol wasn't allowed, but I think I saw somewhere that to get around it, people were selling like fruit juice, and then they were putting things on the label like, this is grape juice. Do not ferment it. Do not do this. Otherwise, it'll turn into alcohol. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This poor duckling fell. Let me help you. Duckling? Oh, right here. There's a lot of things. Yes, and honestly, they got pretty creative. I'm actually impressed. You know. I blend in with the environment. They'll never find me. Right there. What? That's not you? Man, I was so confident. I blended with the environment. Where the heck are you then? I don't know what this says, but I want to buy one. Hey, why is this? Guys, what's the lore between Rome and Asia? Because this feels very Asian to me. Like the bamboo, these lantern thingies, this little water thing. This is feeling very Asian. What's the lore between Rome and Asia? But then again, they said this one was Norway, so maybe there's no lore here? I don't know. Did I remember to lift my pinky? I don't think I had a choice. I think I had to. The little cups were, oh look, bunny. Ah, so cute. I the little thing, the little cup was so big I can only hold it with like so big, so small that I could only hold it with 2 hands. So my pinky was automatically up. Yes, some things more dangerous than others. But you know, when you're skirting the law, there's no regulations. I mean, you're already breaking the law, so like I guess that's the whole thing, right? Sculpt people for a nice price right there. China saw Rome as an equal and Rome saw everyone as barbarians. I definitely know that Rome saw everyone as barbarians. But I didn't know that about China. Oh, I remember what I was going to say about history. You know the Bill Wirtz videos? So, that's one of the best. Those videos are some of the best videos on the internet. I need this guy to keep making history videos. Bill Wirtz, History of the World and History of Japan. Some of my favorite videos. Something you look like a towel. Yes, my name is Mrs. Adult Woman. I mean, back then that was probably a valid name. Turning to a Kuroko history channel. You know what's really funny? My brother is actually really big into history and stuff, and political science, and like what's going on in the world and stuff. Nothing beats fruit fresh from the vine. Where we all learn about silly drama. It's a lot of things are more interesting when you're able to kind of like reframe it into like just something silly that's happening, or like just like a little story. Like history would have been so fun if someone was just telling it to me like it was just a story. Like, oh my gosh, Cleopatra, after Caesar died, she hooked up with Mark Antony. But get this, Mark Antony was actually married to Julius Caesar's, what was it, like nephew? So where was I going with that? Mark Antony was married to Julius Caesar's like nephew's sister, aka his niece. But at the same time, he was still with Cleopatra, and they had 3 kids together. Like, someone should have been telling me stories like that. Okay, maybe not in that exact tone. Just learning about the beef between Edison and Tesla would have been funny. I don't know that. I don't know that drama. Someone tell me. It's also kind of like the same as I was talking about this with a few of my my Christian friends, where it's like, even if you're not Christian or if you're not religious, the Bible is very interesting. Like if you're not trying to view it as like in a religious standpoint, the stories in the Bible are very interesting. Like, what was it? Who was the dude who threw his son down a cliff? Or was going to throw his son down a cliff? Like, I don't remember who it was, but I remember it was something like this guy got I don't know, like some instructions from God telling him to like sacrifice his son, like throw his son off a cliff to prove how faithful he was or something. And so the dad had to find some way to lure his son up a mountain, and was like, okay, let's go upstairs, we're gonna go like sacrifice this sheep for God. And then they went up there, and the son turns around and his dad's about to like eat him off the roof. But before he was able to do that, some messenger came down. It's like, you proved how faithful you are. You don't have to do this anymore. And just imagine the walk home, knowing that your dad almost threw you off a cliff, but now you guys have to casually walk home knowing that he was about to sacrifice you. Like, that was wild. Yeah, Abraham. Yes. See, I remembered the name Abraham. I couldn't remember the son's name. I was like, it's not Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel were brothers. Also, I totally just butchered that story. It was just stuff from memory. Ding. I think that was like, that's kind of the reason why Prince of Egypt was so... Honestly, if they made more movies based on like stories from the Bible, I don't think a lot of people would have realized it came from the Bible, you know? Like Prince of Egypt. Guys, I've been listening to the Prince of Egypt soundtrack again recently. Still so good. So good. But yeah, I think if no one knew that came from the Bible, it's still a great movie. It's still, the story is still insane. The one where they have to run away and don't look back, and if you do, you turn to salt. I don't know if I know that one, but that one reminds me of like what is it? The story of Orpheus? Orpheus and, was it Eurydice? Was his wife Eurydice? The one where he went to the underworld to get his wife back, and Hades was like, you know what? I respect that. You can take her back with you, but you just gotta make sure you don't turn back. And just as he was about to like leave the underworld, Orpheus looked back, and his wife disappeared from him forever. Yes, Orpheus and Eurydice. Bro got so close, so close. And then I think a lot of people were like, I know like that story is like really popular, so a lot of people actually know that story, and a lot of people are like, oh, why'd he do that? He's so stupid, da 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 da. But you know, hey, I actually understand that, you know, like you're about to leave the underworld, you just kind of want to check to see if she's there, especially since you're about to leave, and there's honestly no chance that this god's gonna let you come back to the underworld if that's not actually her, you know? So I understand that part. Okay, what the heck? Don't you dare startle those poor creatures. Startle those poor creatures. Poor creatures. What the heck? The movie Joseph and his coat of many colors? I don't think I watched that one. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I ever watched it. non-canon is insane. Is an insane way of saying that. Same people who did Prince of Egypt? Really? Hold on, let me search that up. Oh. I think I remember this story. Oh, Joseph, King of Dreams. That was the movie name. You know what story's still insane to me? Noah's Ark. Like, obviously it made sense back then because back then they didn't know how many different animals there were in the world. But now in the modern times where you have to think about just how many different species of animals are in the world, and knowing that Noah fit 2 of every animal on his ark, it's kind of funny. Evan Almighty. I heard of that one. I heard of Evan Almighty. See, I'm not a huge like movie and film buff, but I've heard of a lot of movies. Oh my gosh, I just searched it up and I was like, isn't this The Office? I just take one look at it. I'm like, oh, the curse of being known too well for one role. For one role in your life. Hi Bella, welcome back. The vampire dude from Twilight? Edward? Wait, what? Why are you bringing up Twilight? What's going on? Oh, you mean Robert Pattinson? Yes. When you're known for one role. Who else? What's his name? Kevin from Home Alone? Something Macaulay? Or who else? Harry Potter? What's his face? Daniel Radcliffe? Emma Watson? The actor is always Edward. Right? There were so many actors where I'm like, hey, aren't you just Harry Potter? I'm sorry, but like, aren't you... Like, finding out that Robert Pattinson played Batman, I was like, hold up, what? I was like, what do you mean Edward played Batman? That's wild. The guy who played Joffrey. Okay, yes. Yes. You hated if that was the only thing you're... And then Keanu Reeves, I can only think of him as John Wick. I'm sorry, but that's... I haven't even watched John Wick, but all I can think of when I see Keanu Reeves is 1, everyone loves him, and 2, John Wick. Hey, congratulations, Bella! Oh, I actually haven't done those towers. I haven't touched those towers since like the day I discovered them. Where the heck? How am I supposed to find an egg? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, you see him as Neo. Oh, right. He was Neo as well. Haha, I kind of completely forgot about that. Playing Shadow? Shadow? Oh! See, I kind of figured it was Sonic that you were talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, but I wasn't entirely sure because I'm not really into the Sonic franchise. But I was like, what other Shadow do I know? It's gotta be Shadow from Sonic, right? Do you guys remember when the entire internet imploded because what was it? Chris Pratt was playing Mario? How did that go? I didn't watch the movie, but how did that movie go? I found the egg! Of course, the peacock dropped the... wait. Why did the peacock drop... Peacocks? Peacock are male. What? He low-key stinks as a VA. Oh, he just spoke as himself. No. I mean, if he's not planning to do any other voice-over roles, I guess. It's honestly insane to me how some people are able to like tell apart voice actors based. Like my guilty pleasure is watching those watching reactions on YouTube. And you know, like sometimes it's anime, sometimes it's music video, sometimes it's K-pop, whatever. But hearing someone watch an anime for the first time and go like, oh hey, this guy's the same guy who voiced this person from this other anime. I'm like, what? Who? How do you know that? It had nostalgia and really good Easter eggs. I hear that the Minecraft movie also had really good Easter eggs. He did good in the Lego movie, just not so much. He was in the Lego movie? Wait, when did Chris Pratt start voice acting? I thought Mario was his first time. What? Jack Black did Bowser? Guys, you guys are blowing my mind with all these little fun facts. What? Psyche and the guy from Fruits Basket. See, I don't know my voice actors. You recognize voice actors in English, but not. I can't recognize them in any language. But sometimes if someone brings it up, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I can see it. Mamoru Miyano, one of the most iconic ones. I feel like I can recognize him somewhat, but only if someone is able to like bring them up. Same with who's the dude who plays? What's his face? Was it Yuki Kaji? Is that his name? Yes, Yuki Kaji. When someone brings it up, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I can hear it now. but only if I strain. The people who are able to just like hear someone go like, wait, this guy sounds like this person. I'm like, oh, what? The guy that Ben 10 is also vanilla. Whoa. When the English VA did both Light Yagami and Rock from Black Lagoon. It's been a really long time. I think I watched Black Lagoon years ago, so I can barely remember his voice. Yeah, I remember watching it. I don't remember. I don't remember what he sounded like though. Dang it. Where is this thing? What the heck? Loki start tweaking when someone says One Piece or a really good anime is like mid. One Piece, I honestly don't even know at what point they're up to with One Piece, to be fully transparent with you. I think, is Wano over? I think the Wano arc's over. In the anime at least. Is that Bug Ultra Instinct or... I don't know. Holy cow. Don't you dare startle those poor creatures. No. Creatures. Oh, look at this dead octopus. Watched Death Note and was able to... Why is a rock sound so familiar? I guess when you listen to them back to back, it makes sense. Like, being able to recognize them. Because I kind of went through that with Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan and Sabito from Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Those two had the same voice actors, and once someone pointed it out and then I listened to it, I was like, how did I not catch this? They sound identical. Yuki Kaji didn't change his voice at all for either of these guys. His voice for season 1 Eren and his voice for Sabito in season 1, identical. But I had to listen to it together in order to get it. Oh hey, they finally reached Elbaf. Oh yes, I saw that Gumball's back. They dusted off Gumball. Literally. What on earth is this bug? Okay, it's green. Now I already looked at all the animals. Time to look at all the green. I don't... I think it's a new season. Like, I think it was like the whole thing about like, you know, the town changed and everything. But now the town's like waking up now that Gumball's back up. At least that's how some people were interpreting the trailer. Kind of like a frozen in time type of thing. So it's like a new season now that they're awake. Honestly, I kind of love this little statue right here. There's no greenery there. Greenery. Found it. Holy cow. Oh, hey. Poor guy. Hey, you go, Bella. You want more Phineas and Ferb? I feel like Phineas and Ferb has been getting a lot of attention on the internet recently. At least in the recent days. Is it back? Wait, Phineas and Ferb's back? Is that why it's been so much? There's been so much buzz about it? Oh, the 5th season revival of Phineas and Ferb is scheduled to premiere on Disney Channel and Disney XD on June 5th, 2025. So that's coming up. Wait, Ashley Tisdale was Candace? What? My queen Ashley Tisdale was Candace? No wonder she was such a queen. Oh my gosh. I'm just learning so much today. They're bringing the OGs back. I didn't know that. Disney must be desperate for money. They're dusting off these ones. I mean, I don't know. Like Disney has not been having a good run, in my humble opinion. Didn't they have a whole... Wasn't there a whole lawsuit for like one of their parks or something? Yeah, the wrongful death lawsuit. Yeah, there was the whole lawsuit again, where this woman died at a Disney park, and I think her family tried to sue Disney for it. And then Disney was like, oh, you can't sue us because she had Disney Plus and she agreed to the terms and conditions that apparently applied to even the Disney parks. And that got a lot of people upset because like, what the heck do you mean having Disney Plus equals like waiving all of my rights even physically, you know? Yeah, it was a while ago. Did that... What happened to that? Hold up. Did they throw it out? Okay, yeah, Disney eventually dropped its bid to dismiss the lawsuit, allowing it to proceed to court. Well, I would assume so. I'm guessing the internet was not happy about that one. Oh, that sucks, Onyx. Whenever there's like a really good show and they end up canceling it right before the end. It's what is worse, canceling it on a cliffhanger or having it drag on and ruin the end? No, don't hurt the bunny. What the heck? Or dragging it on so that the ending is ruined. Yeah, the internet was not happy. I'm glad. There are moments like this where like the internet rallying together is a great thing, you know? Nintendo's doing the same thing with the Switch too. Dang, I'm gonna have to like warn my friend about that. I know at least 2 people who are taking time off work just for the release of the Switch 2. Well, not the release, but like, you know what I mean. Yeah, they would make it near impossible to see. That's so annoying. Corporations, you know? Legalities. Ugh. On to your next race, so it's gotta be a chariot. Chariot race. Right there. Canceling's worse. You still want to know how Ruby ends, but wait, Ruby never ended? What? I thought it did. Can you tell that I never reached the end? Of course, the company wanted to pay less. It's always the company wants to pay less. Always that. Oh. I feel like a lot of things in society can be explained away by companies wanted to pay less. Oh no! What are the chances that Ruby's gonna come back? Because Ruby has a cult following. What the hell was that? What the heck just happened outside my door? What the heck? I think Ruby was one of those shows that I really wanted to get into because I saw how much like of a cult following it had. But you know, like people, it has to be good, right? If it has this many people following it, like to this point. So it was one of those things where I kind of really wanted to get into it. I just couldn't find the time or energy, to be honest with you. So they started a remake. Oh, maybe it was the remake that I was thinking of because I was like, isn't Ruby still ongoing? The remake might be what I'm thinking of. It's an anime series. Ice Queendom is an anime series, not a remake of the original. What? Anyways. Yeah, it wasn't a remake. It was allegedly, according to the internet, it's an anime series. Okay, hold up. 300, then you'll win the race. Race would mean someone over here. Right there. It's not my shift. I can rest a bit. It's not your shift, and you look like you're wearing armor. Armor, horse armor. Horse and armor. Horse in armor. Right there. Walt Disney himself would ask, would you make Snow White remake? But technically, Disney's Snow White is also a remake. So... because isn't the original Snow White was Brothers Grimm, wasn't it? Or at least it was, the Brothers Grimm was the original like creation. I'm sure there was like something of Snow White before the Brothers Grimm. They just compiled it all, didn't they? So I'm sure it wasn't Disney itself a remake. Yeah, Disney doesn't respect. Honestly, I can. There's quite a few things that don't respect the founder. A lot of the first Disney movies were Brother Grimm. Were they? I thought they were still pretty tame compared to like the actual Brothers Grimm, because like some of the Brothers Grimm stuff was really gory. Do you like your drink, Your Highness? Here we go. Everyone saw you fumble your injuries right there. It's always a little bit more expensive to buy at the show. Isn't that the truth? One of the servants is probably using it as a tool instead of a weapon. One of the servants. I didn't even pay for my seat. Oh, right there. Next level. Disney as a whole is scummy because they went out their way to make sure they left a big digital footprint so they... Okay, you know what was kind of funny though? The whole thing about Mickey Mouse's IP losing its copyright, and everyone was just waiting for that day to come so that everyone can drop their own versions of Mickey Mouse. That made me laugh a bit. It was more based on it, but kid friendly. Different interpret. I think Cinderella is the one that has the most like interpretations, right? The amount of Cinderella stories. I feel like if you just search up Cinderella story movie, there are like 16, 17, 70, whatever movies just called a Cinderella story. Early 2000s. Yes, El Dorado, Treasure Planet. I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the costume designer for the live action Snow White is the same costume designer as the one for live action Cinderella. And if that is true, what the heck happened? The costume for Cinderella was so beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was chef's kiss. What happened to Snow White, bro? Like, you couldn't have peaked with Cinderella and like, what? Oh, Lizzie McGuire Cinderella was maybe that sounds. I don't know if that's right or not, but honestly, that sounds like it could be a thing. It was the actor's overconfidence that made acting like she was better than character. Yeah, I think there were so many different elements that made the live action Snow White, not do well. And so much of it could have been avoidable. I'm just saying. Peter Pan live action, they will not. Have you guys ever heard of the Vocaloid song, something something Pirate F? What is it? The Portrait of Pirate F. It's based on Peter Pan, and I kind of love the direction they took with it. I don't know if you guys care about spoilers, but Portrait of Pirate F is one of those Vocaloid songs that have a story, which is why I love it so much. I love it when the songs come with a story. Chef's kiss. Heart of Rome. Yeah, so much. I feel like a lot of people put it down to either the actress or Disney or whatever, but I think it was, they just made so many bad decisions and so many bad choices. It's a surprise to me that they should have seen this coming. I'm sure they saw this coming. I'm sure maybe they took the all news is good news, like all publicity is good publicity. Maybe that was the route they took, but no. But yeah, the Portrait of Pirate F is based on Peter Pan. Honestly, tune out for like the next minute while I spoil the story of Portrait of Pirate F. But it's based on Peter Pan, and it follows the story of this little boy who doesn't want to be an adult because being an adult's boring, so he wants to stay a child forever. So Tinkerbell arrives and was like, I can make that dream come true. Come with me. And then takes him to Neverland, where he is Peter Pan, and he basically stays a boy forever. He's out here making friends with mermaids, like running around, having fun, until one day Captain Hook appears, and Tinkerbell's like, oh no, Captain Hook, he's here to destroy everything. You must battle him. So Peter Pan picks up his weapons and battles Captain Hook and defeats him. And everyone's cheering and everything's all exciting and everything. But then after that, defeating Captain Hook, Peter Pan started feeling like nothing mattered now that he defeated Captain Hook, because all of his days were the same. There was no excitement anymore. So he kind of boards Captain Hook's pirate ship and explores it and realizes something, and eventually Peter Pan becomes the next Captain Hook. And it cuts to Tinkerbell approaching another child, reaching out with the same offer that she gave Peter Pan, like, hey, why don't you come with me? We'll be children forever. So the cycle repeats. So I thought that was a really cool way of telling the whole Peter Pan story, where Peter Pan inevitably grows up and becomes Captain Hook. And then meanwhile, Tinkerbell is actually the bad guy for pushing these kids into this situation. Captain America from World War II. Yes, the one that finished. Oh, is he becoming public domain? Sheesh. Has it been that long already? I mean, I guess so. World War II. Have we talked about? I don't think I've talked about Portrait of Pirate F, but yes, a lot of things we talk about, like, sometimes we'll talk about the same topic multiple times, just with different spins, different subtopics. Okay, what am I looking for? Second place is not that bad. Was there a race somewhere? How could you forget your armor? Go back to the barracks. Right here, this guy. This is my favorite shopkeeper. He reminds me of my hometown. Shopkeeper. There we go. Major deja vu. Sometimes I never know what I've told you guys and what I haven't, but you know what? I'll tell it to you guys again and again and again. Like, try a piece. Smell a piece. So food. It's got to be food. A new Barbie animated movie 3. Honestly, the new Barbie movies haven't been hitting. Like, they're all... I don't know. I feel like they peaked with their 2D animation. No, I can't say that because some of their 3D ones have been pretty good. Mermaid's Tale, Princess Charm School was pretty good. Fashion Fairy Tale. What was that fairy one? Fairy Secret wasn't bad. But ever since then, I feel like all the stories have just gotten a little bit, like, I hate to say it, but like shallow. Like they're just making stories for the sake of making stories. Oh, there it is. Believe me, brothers, this is the best blade for thieves. Oh boy. Thieves. Thievery. In fact, I think I stopped watching the new Barbie movies when Princess and the Popstar came out. That was so lazy. Princess and the Popstar, so lazy. Like, what do you mean you just did Princess and the Popper, but Princess and the Popstar? You even used the same songs. What? You just replaced the word popper with popstar. Who doesn't cut the meat? What's that? Meat? Meat? Cat. Yeah. Oh, Monster High. We're party. The Monster High theme song is actually kind of a banger. I kind of love the Monster High theme song. But yeah, they came out with like a live action last year. I couldn't watch it. They changed. I feel like they did too much to make it unique. And I hate to say it, but like, what was it? Oh, didn't they make Draculaura Asian? Like, I guess making Draculaura Asian isn't a bad thing. But I think, here's the thing. Most of my information right now is coming from stuff I've seen online, so take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But some people were saying how they made her Asian so that she had something unique about her. But there's already something unique about Draculaura. It's the fact that she's a vampire who doesn't drink blood. In fact, she blood makes her queasy. So I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, and people were just like blowing it out of proportion. I mean, it's the internet. I get my information from the internet. The internet blows everything out of proportion. I don't know why I'm even surprised. Monster High. Okay, if you guys know about Monster High, do you guys know about Ever After High? Yes, Onyx, that one. The series, The Children of the Fairy Tales. Yeah, Ever After High. I preferred Monster High, personally. But Ever After High, I think my sister has a couple of the novels. Oh, right there. A sacred place in the heart of Rome. Heart of Rome. What's considered the heart of Rome? The dungeons? We had the best vases in all of Italy. Have a look. Vases. Vases. Vase. Oh, right there. But what is considered the heart of Rome? To be honest, like growing up, I was a bit of a sucker for things that were Disney themed. Not exactly like Disney itself, but you know, things that were based on the Disney stories, like fairy tales and stuff. So I actually watched a lot of the Cinderella story movies. I think one of my favorites is probably the one with Lucy Hale. Her voice is so good. Lucy Hale's voice is so good. She sounded so good singing in Cinderella story. Sacred place. What is considered the heart of Rome? Pig again. I don't know what the heart of Rome is. For some reason, the only thing that's running through my head when I'm thinking of like heart of Rome is like, I don't know, catacombs, dungeons, Cleopatra. Or like maybe like right here because that's the center of the everything, but I don't know. Statue of the Emperor? Oh, this guy? Oh, there are a lot of flowers here. Oh, Oh, you're right. Julius Caesar's the heart of Rome? What? Maybe I found all the objectives. Okay, main menu. What's next? Pirate treasure? We're off to find the One Piece. And Aztec rituals. It's next. Okay, interesting. Ooh, what's... Oh, I can make my own map. Interesting. Augustus Caesar was never emperor? Augustus Caesar wasn't. Was Julius? Was Julius Caesar emperor? He held the title of imperator and he controlled the state. So yes, but there was no official office of emperor. Okay. So like he was basically popular enough, he was like influential enough to be considered that, but he actually wasn't the emperor because there was no emperor. Okay, you know what we're gonna do now? Since I still have some time, we're gonna do this. Close that. And then I'm gonna switch to... You know, I feel load. Yeah, so Julius was the first conqueror, but he wasn't the first, you know, There we go. We can do this. Okay, I'm not going to go through any of the story, but you guys will be happy to know. Well, maybe you guys will be happy. I don't know if you guys will be happy. That I have been spending time on this. Gambling? No. No gamble. Because I already did some gamba today. I'm thinking of having a stream where all it is me trying to figure out my freaking kingdom. Look at this. What is this mess? I'm thinking of just having one stream where I just lock in and I focus on redecorating whatever this mess is. Because this is a shame. Like, what the heck is going on here? And then, of course, I have like this stuff that I just threw on today because I needed more stuff. So I think I'm just gonna schedule a stream maybe next week or so where I just do nothing but focus on fixing this.
What?
You haven't spent time on... That's okay, LP. You focused all your time on Arc Knights, I'm guessing. Napoleon wanted to be like Caesar, Caesar wanted to be like Alexander, Alexander wanted to be like Heracles, and Heracles never existed. That's about how things go. Kingdom stream? Yes. Like, this does not spark joy. I need to Marie Kondo all this. A stream almost over? I can keep going for... I'm thinking of going for another 20-30 minutes, maybe? Sugarland is also about to be... You need to expand your kingdom. I need more sugar cubes! But look, I'm finally updating my castle to level 12. So in about a week, I'll have a fully leveled castle.
You never know what
fate will bring your way.
How rude of Dark Cacao-san to say, what? Isn't their relationship gonna get better after we went through that entire story of them getting yeeted off the wall and everything? Shouldn't their entire like relationship be better at this point? Please. See, I need more sugar cube carts. Let me level this up. Oh, I can't even level this up. Carpentry, stop. 5 hours to do that one. In the meantime, I'll have to do that. Not even AK, you've been lazing around. You know what? It's your birthday week, LP. If there's any week that you're allowed to laze around, it's this week. I preemptively... So, at work I get time off, right? I get paid time off, a certain amount of paid time off. But for the past like 3 years, I haven't really been taking any of my time off. And my managers would occasionally come up to me and go like, listen, Kiriko, we really need you to start taking some time off. And I'm like, but I have nothing to do. Like, I have nowhere to go, nothing to do. Why would I take time off if I have nothing to do? I'm just going to be lazing around. But this year, they're really locking down on me. They're like, please, at least take this year's worth of time off, please. I guess it makes them look bad, maybe, if I don't take time off. So I think they want me to take the time off. So I took my birthday week off. In fact, I took the 2 weeks around my birthday off. So I'm gonna have to either find something to do on those 2 weeks. I'll probably stream and then laze around as well. Cause I don't know. The worst part about being an adult is everyone else is also working. Or at least they have plans. Even if they're not working, they have plans. Finon is coming next update? What? I literally just got Hyacine. I'm broke. Oh my lord. Hey, isn't Archer and Saber coming to Honkai Star Rail next update? Finon's coming in the same update as them? Hardworking Moon Bunny. At this point, I'm like, is this even hardworking? I just don't have plans. And then, of course, because I'm taking time off, people are going like, oh, what are you gonna do on your time off? And I have to tell them, I don't have plans. I'm sorry, like, I just don't have plans. And then they'll tell me what a shame it is, and I'm like, well... And he's OP. I saw some of his... I didn't actually watch the animation, but I saw, like, images of it, and it looks really cool. Archer, Saber, Finon, Bus for Jingliu, Silverwolf, Kafka, and Blade. Dang, that's stacked. Though it doesn't really matter much for me about the buffs because the only 2 I have is Blade and Jingliu. I really want Herda. So I was gonna go for Herda this patch, but then I think Hyacine was gonna fit my playstyle more, so I got Hyacine, but I still really want the Herda, and I just haven't gotten Because I got Hyacinth, I have no more pulls left for Herda. You have mandatory vacations, you do a whole lot. Yeah. Honestly, I think the worst part about having to take a mandatory vacation is people asking me what I'm gonna do and then being disappointed when I tell them that I have nothing that I want to do. Like, there's a reason why I don't take time off. It's because I don't have anything to do. Yeah. Honestly, Honkai Star Rail, I agree with some people saying that like Honkai Star Rail needs more 4 stars. We need more 4 stars. Almost all of my 4 stars are maxed out. Like I can't. The new free 4-star chooser from the new event. I think that I can only choose one of them because the other ones I've already completely maxed out. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, look, I'm dead.
Oh, and I thought I was the clown.
Yeah, what'd you do? Fun stuff? The Shadow Milk cookie clutching, real. Oh, I didn't tell you guys this, but you guys will be the first ones to know this before my next cookie run stream. But ta-da!
Eyes if the end frightens you.
I got her costume. And now the only 2 costumes I have
Now,
are a matching
I
set.
shall yearn, and no one can avoid their bitter end. Gaze upon the stars one last time. Warmth, life, 'tis all long gone. Even
Goth
the
ice cream,
magic
right?
of the stars
Ice cream?
has its
Ice cream, right? Wait, you ship the? I don't ship these 2. I kind of wish it was these 2, Moonlight and Sea Fairy. If I were to ship anyone, it would be Sea Fairy and Moonlight. Yes, so I have both of them. Look at them! Goth girlies! Hold on. Where was I going with this?
Now, I shall.
Whoa!
I too.
What do...
am
Okay,
hurting
here's a
my
question
heart.
for my cookie run
Sorrow
experts.
comes like
What do the
rain
different
on
colors
dew.
of like this
And merely
mean? Like this one's
fulfilling, I
pink,
find the
this one's
ocean is
silver,
forever.
this one's blue. What do these mean? You had to gamble your savings to get Stormbringer. I have Stormbringer, 3-starred.
Those were lightning strikes.
The colors of the biscuits.
Have you ever felt a
Yes.
cold
Like you
that
see how this one's
pierces your
silver,
very
this one's
soul?
whatever. Pink, this one's red, this one's blue. Like what does that mean? Is it just the oh, it's the elements? But that doesn't make any sense. Like why is blue? That's annoying. Anyway. Yeah, but then this one's pink, but then this one's also pink, and this one's ice, and this one's steel, so that doesn't make sense to me. Anyways.
There are things.
No, you're lightning.
Wind of life that blows.
No.
On some days, I almost envy.
No.
I'm Twizzly Gummy Cookie, and you ain't seen nothing yet.
No.
Victory is the
I don't think I
only
have anything
possible
for...
outcome for me.
Like, I have no
You think you're the
appropriate
only
whatevers
cookie
for
coming
these
to the
guys.
skies? The Giant's Great Ocean is my favorite ocean of all. The road of faith is long and arduous.
Oh, the colors is the chapter we get. Oh, but like, do they mean anything? Like, is it better to have one that's colored or?
If lying is bad, why do cookies do?
It's just aesthetics. Okay. Okay, good to know.
The starlight reaches us after a millennium.
My strength.
They need to
The
start
world
giving
is so much larger
giving
than
cookies more elements because, like, I mean, what do I do with some of these?
It's never a great feeling.
I've seen so much.
The spell is out of control.
It feels incredible.
Ooh, I
So
can
much
update this.
magic in the world.
Yippee! What's the highest level for candies? Hello, pupper. Hello, doggy. Who's a good pupper? Head pats for the doggo. Lots of head pats. Can have that one.
Witness the might of the seas.
Our fate was.
Oh man, my sea
changed
fairy's
today.
still only one. No. Okay, what else?
Why are there
My
so
least
many
favorite thing to
cookies
do
here?
is this. I just don't have the resources for this. I just, buy something from the arena metal shop 10 times. I don't even have enough for her. Because I don't want to buy something useless. And I only have 400 anyway, so that's useless. I don't think I'll be able to complete these missions. Yeah, I definitely won't be able to complete these missions. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. Okay, what else can I build? Lumberjack. I don't need another lumberjack right now. I don't need another jelly bean farm. What do I need? I need to think about something that I need. I don't need it. You know what? Cookie houses. Can never go wrong with cookie houses. I know, same. I'm also lazy about this too.
Merry laughter dwells in this land. It reminds me of our songs.
Sorry, you're dead. Eternal Sugar has taken over. Honestly, relatable as heck. Maybe that's why I'm so sleepy these days. Because Eternal Sugar has just utterly destroyed me.
Just tell me what you need.
Where's my Holly Berry? Here she is. Holly Berry is going to be the next one to be...
A toast.
Look at this. Holly Berry is going to be the next one to be awakened, right? Is that going to be the next patch? Kind of hope so. Does anyone even use these ones? Like the walnuts, the caramels, Does anyone use those? The kiwis? Because I feel like I always use like the same ones for everyone. 10 days? You finally got all 3 of those baby cookies. They're very cute. I think Cream Ferret's my favorite. Oh my gosh. I heard that as Minecraft. I was like, hold on, pause. What? Yeah, all the guides that I look at also say like it's usually the almond, the chocolate, the raspberry. I think it's usually just those 3. You think any of your friends here? Probably. When did I get Eternal Sugar? The end of last stream. It was literally the last thing I did last stream. Here. Wait, what cookie do I have up as my... Wait. How do I see what cookie I have up as my hiring? Are these mine? No, they're not mine. How do I see which ones I have up for my hiring? Let's swap you out with...
Passions will only lead to suffering.
Too real. Go back, check higher in cookie. Oh, I'll take a look. Check my cookies and then there should be a higher button. Wow, I really used Eternal Sugar and then my my bars went down to red. I don't even think you guys saw the damage that Eternal Sugar did. But you know what? Eternal Sugar is just griefing me all day every day. Oh, right here, higher out. Cool. Okay, let me switch that out to... There we go. Let's see if Eternal Sugar is going to destroy me again this time. She really is very pretty though, Eternal Sugar. She's very pretty.
is cold and
But
silent.
you know what it is? You know how they say like poison tastes the sweetest? You got sugar 4 times? Whoa. You're expecting a community post with me. Which luck are we talking about? My eternal sugar or my costume? You know, I thought about making a short with my pull for eternal sugar, but then I was like, you know what? That's giving her too much that's giving her too much screen time. That's giving her too much publicity. I can't have my pulls for eternal sugar taking up 2 of my shorts.
My coral looks happy.
I was just gonna show my the costume for the next cookie run stream, but since we're doing that here today, I was like, you know what? I might as well show you guys today, so you guys get a sneak peek of my quick update.
Know your place.
Will I change my guild avatar? No. I think I'm gonna stick with my boy Peach Blossom. I think Peach Blossom aesthetic suits me more. The laziness of eternal sugar preaches is very me, but I think in terms of aesthetic, I like Peach Blossom more. Sounds salty to you? Salt? No, I'm sugar. My 5 hires ran out. Too bad. That's okay.
Witness the might of the seas.
I'm not salt, I'm sugar.
Merely a glimpse of what lies beyond.
Honestly, I need to start figuring out which one of these cookies has the most emo voice line. No, I'm a bunny. You know what? Very valid. In fact, I just finished the bunny soulstone. I do need to build more cookies. I just don't have...
Not every Hollyberian enjoys berry juice.
I just don't have the mats for it.
Annoying.
Poor baby. Oh, she's so mousy. I love her.
Tears.
Look at the squish.
Just a little cookie.
This is how I feel. I'm just a little bunny. I'm just a girl. Me when I have to send emails out at work. I'm just a girl. She's more right. She's very gummy-like.
Do you like merry-go-rounds?
Oh, here's so something that happened the other day is, remember when I said I was working on that project at work? Well, I was about to finish the project, so I booked a meeting with my manager to go over it. Well, one of my managers to go over it. So I was in his office for about an hour, and my brain was so fried after that hour that as soon as I came out of the office, I headed straight to my colleague's office, and I just sat in her office, and I was like, oh my god, now I have to go back to my desk and I have to check my email. But like right before I checked that email, right before my meeting with my manager, I had sent out an email. And now this email was going out to an external party. Okay, you know what? A bit of Kiriko lore. I work in legal. I work in legal. So I had sent out this email with a letter to an external party, and I was just really praying that I sent it out without any mistakes. And after this meeting with my manager, my brain was so fried that I didn't want to check my email, because if I had made a mistake, that would have been caught and I would have been called out on it on email already. So I was like, I don't want to check my email, because checking my email would mean checking to see if I made a mistake. So I turned to my coworker and I was like, I'm gonna go to my desk now, and if I made a mistake, I'm gonna be coming right back here. And she laughed a bit. I went to my desk and I opened my email, and before I even saw anything, I just get an email from another manager going like, come to my office now. And I was like, lawyer? No, definitely not lawyer. I don't think I would ever be able to be a lawyer. That's too much stress on my little body. Being a lawyer, way too stressful. Oh my gosh. Oh. At least based on what I see. Alright, bye Onyx. See you. Model with a suit. I don't think I would look good in the suit. The only time I actually wear like a full blazer is when I have to do a job interview, and I hope I don't have to do another one for a really long time. Oh, oopsie, wrong thing. There we go. No, wrong thing again. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay, I'm gonna find some time to figure out how to redo all of this.
Sweet potions are too expensive.
Don't challenge you into making
I wonder why.
something like your profile picture. Right now it's the slime. Don't you want to keep your slime? But yeah, every time I have to send out an email or a letter, I always do it with dread, in the fear that I'm going to make a mistake. So the fact that I log onto my email and the first thing I see is my manager telling me to go to her office, guys, the dread that washed over me. Yay. Not when my brain was that fried, okay? My brain was already like, don't. Do I have the perfect biscuit for, what's his face? Burning Spice? I do! I have the perfect one for Burning Spice. Now I just need Burning Spice. It would be funny to see my face photos on this. Oh gosh. Women who can rock suits are powerful and I love them. There we go. Alrighty.
Do you wish to learn more about
I think I'm gonna call it a day today. Again, that was a yap session. Ugh. But I need to go eat dinner now. And I will see you guys on my next stream, whenever and wherever that would be. Dagenfresher. Dagenfresher look. Is that how you pronounce her name? She looks really, really good.
My icing went bad. Fine by me.
A power suit, yeah. Anyways, yes. So I'm gonna see you guys in my next stream, whenever or whatever it is. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Bye bye.